Welcome back, second graders. Today, we're doing Mission 4, Lesson 3 Application Problem. Look at the picture on the screen. Do you know what those are? Those are called stamps. Have you ever mailed a letter with a stamp? I know a lot of times today we use email, and that doesn't require a stamp. But maybe you're getting ready to mail Christmas cards, so you might see some stamps. Let's read our word problem. Whoa, today's is a doozy. I hope you're ready to help me today. This is a long problem. Terrell put 19 stamps in his book on Monday. On Tuesday, he put in 32 stamps. We have a Part A and a Part B on this one. Part A says, how many stamps did Terrell put in his book on Monday and Tuesday? And Part B says, if Terrell's book holds 90 stamps, how many more stamps does he need to fill his book? All right, boys and girls, I need some help here. The first thing we want to do is find all of our numbers. Do you see the numbers? I see 19, 32, and 90. I'm going to circle those numbers. Then I'm going to look for my questions. Well, they kind of made it easy today with questions because they gave us a Part A and a Part B. And both of those are our questions. So there's our first question. And here's our second question. How many stamps did Terrell put in his book Monday and Tuesday? And how many more stamps does he need to fill his book? The next thing we do is look for our important math words, or just important words that might help us understand how we're going to solve. Well, Monday and Tuesday. They want to know how many stamps he put in Monday and Tuesday, which means we have to combine what he put in on Monday with what he put in on Tuesday. And when you put things together, is that adding or subtracting? It's adding. And then on Part B, it wants to know how many more does he need to fill his book. Usually when you see the phrase how many more or how many less or how much longer or how much smaller, that's a comparison type of problem. And so that's going to be subtraction. So we're going to have to add and subtract today. This one has two parts. Let's focus on Part A. How many stamps did he put in his book on Monday and Tuesday? This is a simple one. This just means we're going to add 19 and 32. So first, we're going to draw our bar model or tape diagram. You can call it either. We have our part of Monday, which was 19. Then on Tuesday, we had 32. Notice how I made my bar for Tuesday a little bit longer? I do that because 32 is a larger number than 19, and I like to show that in my bar model. It's okay if yours doesn't look exactly like mine. So we want to know together what that is. So we have both of our parts and we need our whole, which means we're going to add. We're going to add 19 and 32. Well, those two numbers are not easy to add, so we want to try to break down one of them into something that will make it a little easier. I'm going to choose to break down the 32. How would you break down 32 into tens and ones? 30 and 2. 30 plus 2. So I'm going to add 19 plus 30. Let's start at 19 and let's count on by tens. We start at 19 and then we would say 29, 39, 49. 19 plus 30 is 49. Then what do I need to do? Do you remember? I have to add the extra 2. We just broke it apart. We decomposed 32 so that it would be easier to add each part. 49, 50, 51. So Terrell put 51 stamps in his book. Let's do Part B. I already have the picture drawn for you. We know that Terrell's book holds 90 stamps. We also know that he has 51. So the total that he needs is 90. He has 51 in there. I have two bar models here to show a comparison. The 90 bar model is what I need to have total. The blue is how many stamps he has, 51. The second part of that one is our question mark. That's why I used dashed lines instead of solid lines. to show you that's the missing part. When I have a whole, but I'm missing a part, do you remember what math operation we choose? Is it addition or subtraction? We are trying to find the difference. That means subtraction. I'm going to do this two different ways. I'm going to do a number bond like we did with the addition, and then I'm going to do something called arrow notation. Maybe you've seen arrow notation with your teacher. Let's try the number bond first. 90, 51, and question mark. I don't know. That's my unknown number. So I'm going to subtract. 51 plus what number equals 90? I'm going to do a turnaround fact, or the fact family, to help me figure that out. 90 minus 51. Let's break our 51 down. It will be easier to do 90 minus 50. You can either count it out loud. If you have a hundreds chart, that's very useful in subtracting groups of 10. 90 minus 50. Do you know what 9 minus 5 is? Because that would make solving this pretty easy. If 9 minus 5 is 4, then 90 minus 50 is 40. What about the 1? We can't leave it out. We have to take it away too. We took away 50, but we were supposed to take away 51. So 40 minus 1 is 39. Excellent job. The arrow notation is kind of like when we did counting on in first grade. We're going to start with 51. How many will it take to get us to the next 10? It's going to take 9. 51 plus 9 is 60. Once we get to 60, we can count by tens to 90. So count with me. I start with 60, count on 70, 80, 90. We're going to add on 30. 60 plus 30 is 90. Then we put the 9 and the 30 together to get 39. It's the same thing we got with the other method. When you get older and you get into third grade, you're going to learn another method called an algorithm. Whew, that's a pretty big word. We're going to add that together. Terrell needs 39 more stamps to fill his book. Wow, that took a lot of work today. Thank you so much for your help.